Hi everyone, well we have a very unique bottle to review today from a distillery that I'm not all that familiar with. We're going to review Whistle Pig Snout to Tail Bourbon, aged 10 years, 88 proof. So I've only really had two things from Whistle Pig, and it was very, very brief. One was a small sample of, I think it was the Piggyback 6-year rye. It was okay. And in a restaurant, I did have the, I think it was the Whistle Pig 10 rye, and I thought that that was decent. I know that the 12 year is supposed to be really, really good, but that's really the extent of it. And then this new product came along, and I was doing some bottle hunting in East Brunswick, New Jersey, a couple of weeks ago, and that's the same place where I got the Nulu Toasted small batch. And then in a different liquor store that I had been to before, I found this. Let me just take this. I actually think they put this on at the counter because I don't remember seeing that when I saw it on the shelf. Now you can see it better. In any event, I saw this, and it would look very interesting. I had seen maybe a couple of other people review this, but I haven't really seen much about it, and I never saw it anywhere else in New Jersey. This was the first time. What this is, it is a 10-year aged bourbon, and then it is put into a second finishing barrel. But that finishing barrel is unique. It has two toasted barrel heads. They call it the snout and the tail. And what it is one end of it, one of the toasted barrel heads, is a Vermont oak. It is a medium toast, and that's the snout end. And then the other end is a Vermont oak smoked maple wood toast at the tail. And then what happens is Whistle Pig flips its barrels 180 degrees in the warehouse to capture each barrel head's unique toast flavors. It's 88 proof, and that is to, I believe that's to represent the 880 miles from their Vermont farm to the its Kentucky outpost. And it says on the bottle it's distilled in Kentucky, bottled by Whistle Pig Distilling Company. That says New York. So I see Vermont, I see New York, I see Kentucky, I see source whiskey. Certainly when you have that, but or it might just be simply that I'm not clear on that part, if it's sourced or if it's just that they have another outpost in Kentucky. That may very well be it, because that's the part I'm not clear on, because they do say they have a Kentucky outpost, so it might be that. But the key thing here is it's the secondary barrel that is very unique, and the way they do that is I've just never seen that before, as far as flipping that secondary toasted barrel, two barrel ends, each one with a different form of toast, medium toast at the snout end, and the smoked maple wood toast at the tail. That sounds very unique. And after having a couple of toasted bourbons, I've kind of been in the mood for something like that. Some of them I found to be quite interesting and quite tasty. So this is going to be 88 proof. It's not going to be anything, I don't think anything should be on the light side, but I'm expecting a lot of flavor out of this, even at the 88 proof. Let's crack this open and see what we got. Before we crack it open, just check out the front of this bottle. And if you want to pause to read the back. That was a great pop. And look at this cork. Really cool. Okay, we got it poured up. That really was a good cork pop for real. So this is the color. Very nice. Medium. That's all a medium color. Copper. Let's give this a nose. Well, there's not a heavy smell. I mean, it's 88 proof. I'm getting a lightly toasted. I've gotten, like, for instance, like with the Nulu, it definitely was more of a prominent toast smell coming out of the nose. Not as much here. Let's get right into the taste. Cheers. Interesting. Toast is... I shouldn't be comparing it to one bourbon. That's just not fair. I happen to get them the same day. This is a little bit of a lighter toast. It is 88 proof, so that's not a good comparison because that other one is definitely more proof. It is a light toast. So I'm trying to see, because I'm trying to get two different... Again, first of all, it's aged 10 years, which I couldn't necessarily tell. I'm thinking of a 10-year aged bourbon. I don't know if it just hit me that the age tastes that old. But nonetheless, I'm trying to see if I get... Because what you say, with the snout end is medium oak toast, and the tail end is smoked maple. I am getting maple, smoked maple wood toast. I am getting that. I don't know the mash bill in this, but I will say that I am getting definitely some rye taste in this, so I would have to see if I can look up. I did not see the mash bill for this, but logically speaking, Whistle Pig certainly makes a lot of rye. We know that. This is one of their bourbons, obviously, but being that they make a lot of rye, my guess would be that this is a decent dose of rye in the bourbon, is maybe a high rye bourbon. So I'm definitely getting rye out of that. It is pleasant tasting. I guess my only thing is I think I was expecting a little bit more heavier toast. Again, it's a bad example because like I'm using that Nulu, it's in my head, and that thing is I think it's like 108 proof or something like that. Can't compare it. It's like apples and oranges. This is 88 proof, so it is light. And the toast is light, and everything about it is light. I am getting a dose of rye in there. As a matter of fact, I think the rye is more prominent, or just as prominent as the toast. So first blush, I would say this is interesting. Definitely an interesting, unique idea. I'm not sure for me if it's worth the price I paid for this. This was somewhere in the 60s. I mean, I get what I'm paying for. I'm paying for a 10-year aged bourbon and this whole finishing process, which is very unique. As you know from me doing a lot of reviews, my opinion many times changes from the beginning to the middle to the end. This is why I do mid-bottle reviews, end-of-bottle reviews, and all other types of reviews along the way. First blush, this is interesting. It's tasty. I don't think this is anything great. I like the fact of the flipping of the barrel, all that. So I'm going to reserve full judgment on this one. I think this is a very unique idea. I don't think this is bad. I think this is good. For some reason, I guess when I had that Nulu, like a toasted bourbon like that, it just hit me like, wow, that's fantastic. Maybe it's the proof. Maybe it's the 88 proof. Maybe it's a little bit more of the, sometimes I like more rye in it. Sometimes I don't. I just got to work at this a little more. So I would say this is good. This is unique. Can't say this is great right now. Not that I'm going to at a later date, but I want to see if I kind of grow more into this bottle as it goes along. But Whistle Pig Snout to Tail Bourbon, aged 10 years, 88 proof. Very unique. If you like Whistle Pig and you like their product, certainly worth giving it a shot. Again, I'm just not sure. I get why they charge it. I'm just not sure if it's for me the next time. Let's get more into it, and we'll see as we go along. Cheers.